This is a Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channel. Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channelです。毎日アップするので毎日見てください。And here I am, I'm back in the back room. It tells you that things are evolving and moving along at the channel. The green screen's gone for now, but I do kind of miss it. So I'm going to do a couple of videos in the back room here and see whether or not I want to keep going with the green screen not at home or keep going with this back room thing going on here that I've got going on at home. But that's not what we're interested in today. What we're interested in today is looking at a particular sneaker and asking the question, are Nike playing catch up to Adidas and Puma with this particular kind of technology? Because what we're looking at today is the Nike JOYRIDE RUN FLYKNIT OREO. As I said in the introduction, today what we're looking at is the Nike JOYRIDE RUN FLYKNIT OREO, and it's a particularly interesting sneaker because there's a particularly interesting piece of technology on it called the JOYRIDE, and it's that JOYRIDE technology that I'm asking the question to you, the viewer out there, are Nike playing catch up to Adidas and Puma with this particular kind of technology? Now, no doubt about it, hands down, like full disclosure and all that stuff, there's no way that there is another company, sneaker company bigger than Nike on the planet. Although, actually, now that I say that, I did once hear that actually the biggest sneaker sales in the world was Skechers, and they're the biggest sneaker company in the world. But I think that's a different story and a different sort of debate. But in that sort of, regular, shall we say, sneakers group of companies, you've got Puma, you've got Reebok, you've got Nike, you've got Adidas, those guys. Definitely Nike, or Nike as people say in America, definitely Nike are out on top, biggest company. But how could they possibly be playing catch up to Adidas and Puma with this particular kind of technology? That's what we're going to look at in today's video. But before we do that, this is a YouTube channel, and all YouTube channels actually do the same thing. Hit the subscribe button down below. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button down below. And as I am here in Japan, I do always slip into Japanese at the start of my videos and say, 登録お願いします。まだ登録してない方を登録ぜひよろしくお願いします。Okay, so let's get a look at this sneaker then, this JOYRIDE technology. So the first half of this video, I want to talk about the JOYRIDE technology and compare it to Boost and jamming from the Puma line. That's the technology that I think it's up against. And then the second half, we're going to have a look at the JOYRIDE Oreo that's coming out and have a little look at that sneaker and take it apart a little bit. So first things first, let's talk about the technology element. And hopefully up here, it's been a while since I did it with screenshots, so I'm used to doing the green screen now. So, but anyway, and you tell me actually in the comments down below if you prefer the green screen or you prefer this style of drop, or both if you like the variety. Anyway, so yes, we're looking at the technology. So somewhere up here will be a screenshot that shows you the technology within this JOYRIDE sneaker. So there's a bunch of these JOYRIDE sneakers coming out real soon from Nike in different colorways and stuff. And really what it focuses in on is within the midsole, you've got tons and tons of tiny little tons and tons of tiny little balls that are really soft and responsive to your foot. And that right there starts us off asking that question about Puma, because Puma brought out this technology 2 years ago. 2017 they brought out their jamming technology, and again there'll be a screenshot up here, and there really isn't much of a difference. When I've done screenshots before, not green screen, I do like to do this where I sort of rotate between two pictures so you can get an idea of the two things I'm talking about. And the jamming technology from Puma and the JOYRIDE technology from Nike, you can probably see up here right now. And that's the question there, is if Puma brought this out 2 years ago, what are Nike doing bringing it out in 2019? It looks to be, sounds like it is, it reads to be, the research says it's to be almost exactly the same technology that Puma had from 2 years ago. So that's part one, is are Nike playing catch up to Puma on the jamming technology. But then there's the Boost technology. I don't know how many people out there are familiar with the Boost technology on Adidas, but it actually comes in little pellet form, and they mold that all together to make the outsole, the midsole, I should say, of Boost sneakers, NMD, R1s, R2s, City Socks, Ultra Boost, Uncaged, that kind of stuff. That Boost material is sort of in pellet form, and then it's molded together. So it doesn't have the same kind of I don't know, response, can we call it response, that the little balls in jamming and JOYRIDE will have, because it's not like a bean bag that sort of, spreads out to accommodate the foot, because the Boost technology very much is sort of solid, if you like, and then the midsole front to back. But it's still basically the same thing, sort of soft, ball cushiony technology in the midsole of the sneaker. So to me, in a way, I really think that Nike are sort of playing catch up to Adidas and Puma in terms of technology when it comes to these. Now, of course, Nike also has like the React midsole technology, which is many people think is very comparable to the Boost, even though it doesn't look the same, but in the sort of cushion that it gives you and the response it gives you, and that energy return, that's a big factor in these kind of midsoles. Is it's to do with energy that was lost into the road or the surface you were running on is actually returned to your leg, to your foot, and it means you can save energy, conserve energy, and run further or faster as is your want, because this is basically a running technology. But there you go, that's my take on the Puma jamming, the Nike Joyride, and the Adidas Ultra Boost. I think Ultra Boost and jamming have been out for at least 2 years, maybe even longer in terms of Ultra Boost. So it seems like this is a bit of Nike kind of playing catch up. And I did write in my notes for this video before I started making it, and my research was, why now? Why are Nike doing this right now? Was one of my questions. Why would you do this when the other guys have already sort of established their market dominance in this position? But then the other question was, can this possibly be more comfortable than Air? Like Air Max or Vapor Max or like 270, you know, that kind of technology. Could it possibly be more comfortable or more responsive or better for your running foot or your running times and things like that than Air? I mean, how could it possibly be more comfortable than Air? So again, that's my question, is why now, and whether or not it's actually better than the technology that Nike already have out there. Now, having a look at this particular colorway, it's the Oreo. There are a few colorways coming up soon in the next couple of months, August, September, sort of 2019, in this Joyride sort of technology. And this Oreo is one of the, you know, the sort of top ones, Oreos, especially in Ultra Boost. Actually, when I think about it, there have been a few Ultra Boost Oreo designs at the end. Of course, are the Nike sneakers as well that have had that Oreo tag on them. And this, the Joyrides, I do like the look of the shoe. I think it's a really cool looking shoe with that Flyknit upper on there. And you can see that the way the sort of Oreo effect in that Flyknit looks great across the top of the upper of the shoe, and then you come down to that midsole area where you see the windows into the side where the Joyride technology is, and then if you flip them upside down, it's a really cool outsole to me, because it has those 3 windows on the toe box and the midfoot, front of the foot, and then in the heel section where you can see through to those little balls that are inside. And there's a technological name for those balls, I can't remember what it is, and they do change up the colorway of the balls themselves. So these Oreos, of course, will be black, white, and maybe even grey in there too. But then in a blue and yellow sneaker, the balls inside would perhaps be blue, white, and yellow. So they do change up the colorway in that to match the balls and the technology inside. But the outsole itself, I think, is really, really cool. I think it looks really great with that look through to the technology inside. And I can see, and again, I don't know if the screenshots will show this, but there are little holes in the unit, what I would call an Air unit, but it's not an Air unit, which I guess are there to give a little bit of sort of, you have to release air, otherwise, the thing will pop, right? You have to have some give in there somewhere, and it seems like there's little holes that go all the way through to the center of the midsole where the balls are. So that's kind of interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that works out and whether or not that's a plus or a minus for the design of the shoe, but we'll only know once the shoe becomes a bit more widely available. Anyway, so that's my take on it. I don't know what your take on it is, if you think that Nike are playing catch up, or if they're just, different sneakers, different brand companies doing different things. It seems to me that in the case of PrimeKnit with uppers, which I think came before Flyknit, and is it BattleKnit on LeBron's? I think PrimeKnit came first, and then Ultra Boost, I think, came before, or Boost, I should say, not Ultra Boost. Boost technology came before the Nike technologies, and I'm not sure where jamming fits in that from Puma, but I think it was Ultra Boost first, then jamming, and then now we've got this Joyride. So to me, there is an element of catch up there, but I wonder if Nike needs to be playing catch up at all, or maybe they just need to go their own way and stick with things like React or Zoom or stuff like that, which they already have and which is already well established. Okay, that's enough from me today. Thanks for checking in. I am here every single day. I hope you appreciate my take on these Joyrides and this technology. Please let me know in the comments down below if you have a particular take on it, and if you have a particular interest in it, or even not, if you think I'm wasting my time talking about sneakers like these. For now, it's time to check off. I am planning to be back tomorrow, and I hope to be back tomorrow with the final Tuesday Top 10, episode 10, about why I like to live in Japan. All that's been going on in the channel over the last couple of weeks has kind of knocked me off my stride a little bit, and I haven't got that rhythm going that I had going before my holiday to Guam. And I left that Tuesday Top 10 Why I Like Living in Japan sort of playlist hanging at episode 10. So I'm hoping to come back and finish that for you guys tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, I'll be coming back actually with an Adidas sneaker. The Ultra Boost City Pack is being expanded to include 3 new cities. So we'll be looking at that on Wednesday. So definitely please tune in. As you do know, I will always be here. So you can definitely guarantee that you will see me tomorrow.